What's up, everyone? Welcome to day 3 of the 30-day horror challenge, and this day is an interesting one because I've actually put more thought into this film than the previous two. This is my favorite classic horror film, and as a prelude to the film that I chose, I'll actually go through the process in which I chose the film that I did. The phrase classic is kind of a weird word because you never really know what to classify as a classic. Does it always have to be an older film, or does it just have to be a film that is renowned critically? It's always like a burning question because you never really quite know. Some people consider classics as just good cinema from a time long past, but then there's the phrase such as modern day classic, etc. But how I based my decision was I drew a line at anything after the release of Psycho would not be eligible. So, considering that, I had a few very great choices to choose from. The Bat was one of them. Freaks was another one, which almost got the spot again because I've actually done this list before, but I didn't finish it a long time ago on another ancient YouTube channel, and that was the one for this one, but I chose Nosferatu, or as my edition says, Orlok the Vampire. And the reason I chose this one is just because really the notoriety of it. If you really want to get down to horror at its core, and really the roots of where horror cinema started, you can credit the giallo Italian thrillers. You can credit the very brutal and horrifying British theater of the early 30s and even 1800s, really. But what comes to mind is Nosferatu. Without Nosferatu, would there really be horror cinema? And if there was, how different would it be? And there's so much mythos surrounding this film as well. It just makes it interesting in that regard alone. But not only that, this is also an excellently crafted film, especially for its time. I'm not exactly the biggest fan of silent cinema. It's not for me, you know. I didn't grow up in the time where I could appreciate it properly, I think, but this is a completely different situation. This film is excellently crafted, and it aged well. The makeup still looks convincing somehow. The dude, Max Schreck, as Orlok, looks completely frightening, even to this day. Even in horror lists nowadays, if you look at creepiest villains, Max Schreck's Orlok, Count Orlok, is usually somewhere to be found on there, and for very good reason. This is an effectively creepy movie, even nearly 100 years later. That's a classic to me, and that's why it has the very prestigious award of being in my 30-day horror challenge list as my favorite classic film. We owe a lot to this film. I appreciate it so much, and I continue to love it to this day. I'm Matt Inman, 30-day horror challenge number 4 coming maybe today, maybe tomorrow. I don't really know. I'll see you guys next time.